So I'm going to go over some tricks for how to solve a system of equations when graphing, when the lines don't really line up right, like they're not lining up on an integer. So here I've already graphed two lines. If you'd like to review how to graph a line in slope-intercept form, go see another video for that. But I looked at it and it doesn't look like they're lining up quite right. They're like in between boxes. So that's frustrating. So I'm going to first make sure that I graphed the right lines. So I'm going to check the black line and make sure that it crossed at 0 and that the slope is 4/3. And it looks like it is. So this one looks good. Make sure to check both lines though. So our y-intercept on the blue line should be -5, and the slope is negative, so that's good. And it does go down 3 right too, so this one is also correct. So dang it, looks like I have to try and approximate my answer. When you approximate on your assignment, you're going to approximate to the 10ths place, so 1 decimal place. And we want to get something that is pretty close. So I'm going to look, my first hint is to make sure that you have the numbers written on both sides of where the lines intercept. So let's look at our x coordinate. It looks like it crosses right in between -1.5 and -2. So it seems like it's right in between. I think I'm going to say it's -1.7. And then on the y-axis, it's between 2 and -2.5. It's closer to -2.5, but not quite there. So I'm going to say -2.4 is my y-coordinate. Once you have your coordinates, it can be helpful, especially if you're like me and you don't trust that you drew the lines very straight. It can be helpful to check your values in your equations. This point is xy that is on both lines, and it should make both equations true. So I'm going to put in my -1.7 for x and my -2.4 for y. Let's go ahead and in the black equation, I'm going to put -2.4 in for y and -1.7 in for x. So I don't know how to do that in my head, so I'm going to go over to my calculator. I'm going to put the right side of the equation in. So I put 4/3 times -1.7. And I get -2.26, which is pretty close. It's within 0.2. I'd say within 0.2 is probably a good bet. If you're much farther than that, then you might need to adjust your answer. Let's check the other one now. Remember, it does have to be approximate on both equations. So I'm going to put -2.4 in for y again. And then I'm going to put -3/2 times -1.7 minus 5. And then I'm going to put this side into my calculator and see if it equals something close to -2.4. (3/2) times, oh, that was wrong. There we go. Times -1.7, and we said minus 5. So it should be, it's -2.45, which is very, very close. So it looks like I have an answer that is approximately there. It's not exactly equal, so really these equal signs should look like those squiggly lines. So I'm going to say it crosses at approximately -1.7, -2.4. Now, if you find that your answer is not very close, I would check once again and make sure that you have graphed both equations correctly. But sometimes I can't draw a straight line very well. So the trick I used when I did this wrong before was to only draw a straight line between the points that are around where I think it's going to cross. So I know it's going to cross somewhere around here, right? So I'm going to draw the lines from just the 2 blue dots that cross there and just the 2 black dots. And then you can fill in the rest of the line after that, but that should hopefully give you a better answer. All right, good luck.